While California's population has gotten smaller since 2016, the budget has grown by 80%. On this Wired Wednesday, we're checking in with GV Wire reporter Edward Smith to talk about what's behind the budget boom. Edward, good morning.
Good morning, Kim.
Would you say inflation is a big part of that?
Inflation does play a part of it. Inflation played about 26%, but we're talking about an 80% growth here.
Yeah, that's huge.
So where it's really come from is from California's wealthiest, because you can see that the revenue per person has actually increased about 70%, how much we're collecting. And a lot of that comes from the wealthiest becoming wealthier, and as well as corporations making a lot of money here. And so a lot of the reason for the budget is as that money comes in, California finds a way to spend it. So it's a lot of one-off programs that we've undertaken, a lot of housing, all the housing projects that we've taken, and that's really accelerated the California budget.
All right, so people say that California has a boom or bust tax revenue system. How does that work?
So because we're so reliant on California's top earners, it really depends on their success. So if they're not successful, we see declines in revenue. So when I had a chance to speak with the LAO, they attributed a lot of the decline, the $68 billion deficit, to losses that California's top earners experienced.
So is that like Hollywood and Silicon Valley?
It's exactly that. So as the top earners leave California, or let's say if they had a terrible stock market year, well, California's going to earn a lot less.
So is there any way, she asks, crossing her fingers, that taxes could be cut here in California for those of us who are not these high earners?
I wouldn't hold your breath.
Oh, okay.
Other states are actually cutting their taxes. We've seen states like Colorado, Pennsylvania, and Iowa lower their income taxes. California's top earners are actually going to see taxes go up a little bit next year.
Okay.
It's going to cover extra programs such as paid time off.
Okay. We've got this budget deficit estimated to be about $68 billion. How will the governor and the legislature balance the books?
So what we're seeing right now is Newsom starting small, but is doing the essentials. He's saying he's told no new spending for agencies. He's cut off things like new office furniture. So if you're going out of the DMV, bring your own pen.
Gosh.
Yeah, so it looks like it's starting small, but I mean these are things that tax advocates say are important. So kind of freezing spending and no new projects.
All right. Well, on one hand, I think a lot of us feel like there's probably been a lot of extra spending in places that we may not consider essential, but we just hope it doesn't affect us and our own personal pocketbooks, right?
Yeah, I mean that's going to be the hope, but that's going to depend on where where legislators decide to cut spending.
All right. Well, hopefully they are tightly in tune with their constituents.
Let's hope so.
Edward Smith from GV Wire, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll be right back.